Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace, mercy, and blessings of God be upon you. This is a new presentation from www.central-mosque.com and the Humble Heart YouTube channel. The topic today is when is Eid al-Fitr 2022. Before I begin and talk about the subject, in this right hand corner throughout the duration of this video, you will see a link to watch and talk about CCD explained to laymen. If you want to understand what is CCD, what is moon sighting via CCD, click on the link and watch it. Now back to the topic. When it comes to Islam, when it comes to the Quran and the Sunnah, when it comes to the practice of Muslims for over 1400 years established, it is the same. Islam has 12 months in the calendar. On each 29th of the month after sunset, Muslims go out and try to sight the moon. All 12 months, not just Ramadan, not just Eid al-Fitr or Shawwal, not Dhul Hijjah, not Muharram, all 12 months. 29th, go out and try to sight the moon after sunset. If the moon is sighted and the scholars, the ulama, accept the testimony, the new Islamic month begins. If the moon is not sighted, then the new month begins the next day after sunset, i.e., this month is now 30 days. Dead simple. There's no calculus, there's no chemistry, there's no science. It's easy to understand, and this is the practice of Islam. Visually going and sighting the moon on the 29th after sunset. Nothing to do with the calculations X, Y, Z. The question you then ask is, why do I then keep making these videos about calculations and predictions and so on and so forth? The reason being is they help in planning. I get many messages. Many people like me work. They have to book their vacations, holidays with their families, etc. I get emails, WhatsApp messages, calls from educational institutes, madrasas, masajid who need to plan the events. So don't think you just simply turn up to your mosque to pray Eid Salah. There's a lot of preparation that goes beforehand. So people want to know what is the right date and what is the wrong date. The reason being is people have family members who celebrate these things on the wrong date through no fault of their own but others. So people need to know when is the wrong date and when is the right date. So all I'm doing is putting these videos out there for planning purposes. So you understand, as I've explained, how things work in Islam. Now, how things work in practice in certain countries is a different story. For example, Turkey, there is no moon sighting at all in Turkey whatsoever. They follow a predetermined calendar which looks at the presence of the moon in Hawaii or anywhere else in the globe, typically Hawaii, although they don't admit it. And if the moon is present on the sky, nothing to do with sighting. I know Hawaii, I know some Pakistani doctors in Honolulu who work there. There's no established moon sighting system in Hawaii by the Muslims at all. So Turkey has no moon sighting system. So large diaspora of Turks, whether they're in Germany or Netherlands or UK or in America or Canada, follow Turkey back home, and the system in Turkey has absolutely nothing to do with moon sighting at all. Turkey is going to have Eid on the 2nd of May 2022. It is fixed, it is determined, it is done. Nothing to do with moon sighting whatsoever. Second country that does not is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia absolutely, categorically, openly say that they do not sight the moon for all 12 months. So anyone with two brain cells rubbed together should realize that how can you calculate all 12 months when you don't even sight the moon for all 12 months? So they claim that they sight the moon for certain months. For example, Sha'ban, Ramadan, Dhul Hijjah, and so on and so forth. That's their claim. When they actually pronounce the sighting, either the sighting is wrong, does not make any sense, or it is done by using CCD. Again, here is a link that tells you all about CCD. It is clear cut. Saudis never claim that they sight the moon for all 12 months. So if you are paying your zakah, if you're a Muslim woman who's been divorced, or you need to fast for 13th, 14th, 15th of the Islamic month, you cannot follow Saudi Arabia because there's no sighting for all 12 months. Generally, there's no sighting for 9 to 12 months out of the year. For the 2 or 3 months that they do claim that we do moon sighting, they either do it wrong or they claim it based on CCD. This is not hidden at all. Haramein Sharifan Twitter account is clearly writing this in English. 1st of May 2022. Taif Observatory. The Ramadan crescent was observed using a CCD camera. We will track the crescent until sunset and announce the results of the search. not hidden, clear cut, blatantly in your face. CCD is not moon sighting. CCD is collection of charged electric particles that then generate a computer graphic which is put together, and that's what Saudis are doing way before sunset. Almost entire Middle East and many in Africa follow it. So when people come to me and they say, oh, by the way, Kuwait is doing that, or UAE is doing that, or has having Eid tomorrow, I've spent over 17 years every single month looking at it, right? And many countries in the Middle East simply follow each other. And in this case, Saudi Arabia consistently, once again, anybody with two brain cells rubbed together, it's impossible for one place on earth to consistently sight the moon before anybody else. It's impossible. Saudi Arabia consistently does that. So other countries simply take on Saudi Arabia, and now they claim to use CCD imaging. They are clearly saying that, they're not hiding it. It's in plain sight right there. So if you wish to follow Sunnah, if you want to safeguard your acts of worship, if you are careful about your fasting, the ending of fasting, and your Islamic injunctions, which entirely depend on the sighting of the moon, Saudi Arabia cannot be followed. What they do in their country is their business. I am talking about Muslims in other countries, whether you're in Africa or Europe or in America or Canada or Australia, who choose to import Saudi sighting for their countries. Saudi scholars, by the way, clearly tell you not to do that. They say Muslims should follow their own local sighting. Unfortunately, there are people who advocate Saudi sighting for their countries, and this is an error. So here is the tweet. Now I will play the clip, and clearly this guy is saying CCD imaging.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. متابعي جمعية آفاق لعلوم الفلك طائف، متابعين تويتر، الله يمسيكم بالخير وكل عام وانتم بخير. الحمد لله عز وجل قبل قليل تم رصد الهلال باستخدام تلسكوب وكاميرات الCCD، ولا زلنا نتبع حركة القمر حتى غروب الشمس. إن شاء الله نتمنى إنه بعد الغروب يكون إن شاء الله الرؤية أوضح وأكثر مما لدينا الآن، وتابعونا إن شاء الله بإذن الله الأخبار تكون سارة للجميع. تحياتي لكم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
At the beginning of this Ramadan, a very dear friend of mine from overseas, he contacted me on WhatsApp and he says, what is going on in UK? He goes, how come these hundreds of ulama know this and they continue to follow Saudi Arabia? Do they not know that Saudi Arabia sights the moon using CCD? He goes, it's clear cut. No, the ulama do know. This is written in plain English. I mean, what do you want? I mean, just go to this Twitter handle, see it. This guy is saying it in Arabic. The ulama do know. Why are they silent? Why are they doing this? I have no idea. In fact, actually, I do know, but I don't want to get into that. This is a question for the ulama to answer. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. And the committees of the mosques and something, as far as do they not know the Saudi Arabia? Number one question you need to ask any scholar in UK or America or Canada, say, does Saudi Arabia sight the moon for all 12 months out of the year? Yes or no? And if they don't, then how are you determining other Islamic months? For example, Rabiul Thani, Rabiul Awwal, so on and so forth. And doesn't the Sharia say to sight the moon for all 12 months? The scholars very clearly know that. Why are they then still backing Saudi Arabia? No idea. This is a good question for the ulama to answer. Second question. People say, look, I live in this country. For example, I am in Turkey, or I am doing Umrah, or I'm doing Hajj. What should I do? You should, if you're in that country, you should follow the community and you should follow the unanimous ruling of that country. My videos are targeted towards Muslims in the West, not Muslims in Turkey or not Muslims in Saudi Arabia or any other country which is unanimously following this wrong message or wrong directive. You should continue to do that. So this year I am not in UK, so I have no choice but to have Eid on the 2nd of May 2022, knowing fully well that this ruling is incorrect, but I'm gonna go with that because this is what the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sharia demands for me to do. That's what I am personally going to be doing, having Eid on the 2nd of May. I already know that. Next, let's now talk about moon sighting. So in Islam, science is simply a tool, so we can take advantage of the science advancements and so on. This moon is going to be born on April 30th, and there's absolutely no chance it can be seen anywhere on the globe whatsoever. Turkey and Saudi Arabia have already the Eid is going to be on the 2nd of May, that's done and dusted. Those who follow them will follow them. For US and Canada, this moon will not be sighted. Therefore, they will finish 30 days and have their Eid on the 2nd of May. This moon was sighted in California, and they will not be able to sight it, and they will complete 30 days, Eid on the 2nd of May. When it comes to Europe, particularly UK, it's a little bit of a tricky situation. I'm going to put myself out there and disagree with many of the experts who are advising about moon sighting. This moon can be sighted on the 1st of May in parts of Morocco, for example, Dakhla, therefore impacting UK, Spain, Italy, France, who follow Moroccan moon sighting. There's every possibility, if the weather is right, that this moon can be sighted in Morocco. Therefore, Eid can be on the 2nd of May 2022 in some parts of Africa, for example, Morocco, and so on and so forth. So let's hope that happens, because some of the Muslims in Europe and UK follow Saudi Arabia. Let's hope that this moon is sighted in Morocco on the 1st of May so we can have, inshallah, a united Eid and united families, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them all. Ameen. For the rest of the world, which is South Africa, for example, and many other parts of Africa and Asia, this moon cannot be sighted on the 1st of May. Therefore, it is likely that this Eid is going to be on the 3rd of May. I've missed a graphic in this presentation. I apologize. On the 2nd of May, this moon can be easily sighted. So on the 2nd of May, if 29th falls in some countries on 2nd of May, this moon can be sighted. So for the rest of the world, this Eid is going to be, inshallah, on the 3rd of May 2022. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.